Hey everybody, Craig with CTF. We're going to talk about framing your approach to training. Again, this is part two. Part one, we talked about let it go. Part two, we're going to talk about relaxing. When you're training hard, all right, or you start an exercise routine and you're going hard, it's easy to get caught up in, I need to progress every time. When you get at this for a long time, that's not always the case. What you need to do, two things. Don't worry, be happy. If you show up, remember that Bobby McFerrin song? You know what I'm talking about. Don't worry, be happy. When you're showing up and your attitude is right, you're going to be successful even when the day doesn't go your way. Now, it's really, really simple to say, but really, really hard not to get caught up and wanting that progress every time and feeling like you need that. But that's not the case when you make it part of your lifestyle. My story, which I will relate to you in a minute, is going to prove this to you. Part two of that is you got to be consistent. You got to keep showing up and knocking on the door. It's usually darkest right before the dawn. So when your training is getting hard, really, really difficult, especially if you're coming from a good program and a good gym that's programming for you, or whoever's laying out your program is doing a really, really good job, it's going to get really, really hard. It's going to really beat you down, and then you're going to push through to that next level. If you're consistent and you just show up, when you say you're going to show up, you're going to find that, wow, I'm improving over time. That's the secret to life. Just keep knocking on the door. Just keep showing up, and you're going to get what you want. So my story, this happened about 3 or 4 months ago. I own a gym. I work 70 to 80 hours a week. Power cleans. I had about 3 hours of sleep. I didn't have any food. I couldn't turn over 185. Everything was broken. It just wasn't working. And I didn't panic because I've been training for a long time. Hey, today's not the day with the barbell, and I just moved on to the next section of my training. The next week I was going for heavy 1 reps, and I ended up PRing. So I go from 1 week prior to not being able to do 185 to 1 week later getting over 240 pounds. So if you keep showing up, you stay consistent, and you don't worry about it, don't stress over it, just put it down, today's not the day, and take in the other factors that are going on in your life, you're going to be successful. It's not always about just what's going on in the gym. Sometimes stress takes place, sometimes lack of sleep, sometimes no food, sometimes all of them, okay? Keep it in perspective. Don't worry, be happy, and be consistent. It's Craig with CTF. We'll talk to you about part 3 coming up soon.